Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Melissa and I speak about different topics in my channel. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Today I have 3 missing adult cases. There's one that I really wanted to do. It was about a mother and a son that went missing, but I cannot, for the love of God, cannot find any news articles. I can't find, they're not in the Charity Project, which that's where I find all my cases. The case is from Canada, I believe. I think it is from Canada, but I cannot find anything from this case. This would have been my first case that I would have done with the mother and son at the same time instead of separating them. But I really wanted to do it. I came across the case and it was really, really sad. I'm gonna see if I can find it on YouTube, on Facebook, and see if I can find like an actual website, because I think that's where I found it, but I can't remember. But let's go ahead and get started. Do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, and all that jazz. So the first person we're going to be talking about is David Wayne Waggoner. He went missing at age 23. His height and weight is 5'9", 160 pounds. Clothing and jewelry are washed. Clothing unknown, but he usually wore dress shirts and slack or blue jeans. Associated vehicles, red Honda and a 350 motorcycle accounted for. So they were able to find that. Caucasian male, black hair, brown eyes. Waggoner has a small vertical scar on both of his cheeks and horizontal scar on his chin. He wore dark rimming eyeglasses at the time of his disappearance in 1971. He broke his collarbone once and fractured his skull twice in a motorcycle accident prior to his disappearance. Waggoner is slightly deaf in his left ear. Waggoner was last spoke to his family on October 9th of 1971 from Pasadena, Texas. Oh, I did not know this. Well, duh. I did. When I found this case, I did knew. He had never been heard from again. He apparently took with him only his wallet and a 9mm pistol. His car with the key in the ignition was found parked in front of his apartment on Lefty Street in Pasadena. Guys, hold on, let me put my phone, because I've gone to some of my videos and I could hear my phone ringing, even though I'm wearing earphones. And some clothes, Waggoner's suitcase, and a small amount of money were left inside his home. A hunter located Waggoner red Honda 350 motorcycle in the woods of USA Highway 59 in Cold Spring, Texas, 70 miles north of Houston, Texas. Apparently 2 weeks after his intentional disappearance, his helmet was sitting on top of it. There has been no trace of Waggoner since that time. Waggoner's family believes he may have been accosted by James C. Humpy Parker, then the sheriff of San Jacinto County, Texas. James and 2 of his deputies went to prison for detaining and torturing young men they met on the USA Highway 59 during the 1970s and early 1980s. In particular, they liked to target hippies, African Americans, men, motorcyclists, and men with bumper stickers investing Rock's Station. I would tell you that I'm shocked, but I'm not, so that's just that. They were caught in 1983 and each received a 10-year prison sentence. Yeah, because 10 years is going to teach them to stop doing what they were doing. Okay, that makes sense. Give me a second. Mama, can you go put the air back to cool? You think you'll be able to do it? I don't like... It could be freezing outside and inside my apartment, but I cannot do the heat. I can't. I'm sorry. James and his son Gray, a reserve deputy with the department, also faced federal charges for arresting motorcycle and trumped-up charges to export bail money for them. James' crimes became the subject of a book in the movie Terror on Highway 59 by Steve Sellers. He and his accomplices have not been linked to Waggoner case. However, James died in federal prison in 1999, and I hope he is burning in you know what. Gray was eventually released, but he was charged with burglary and aggressive kidnapping in 2008. I need to try to stop giving these people like a short sentence for what they do, even if they didn't hurt anybody, because apparently they're not gonna learn their lesson, and it's gonna get to the point that they may hurt somebody just because they do not want to get caught. I'm just saying. But what do I know? Waggoner served 4 years in the United States Marines. He was unemployed at the time of his disappearance. He quit his last job several weeks before he went missing because it bored him. I've had jobs like that. I'm like, oh, I just want to quit. I did quit one. Just because it was not because it was boring, but the managing was just too much. He was close to his parents who lived nearly, and his sister and his loved ones do not believe he would have left without warning. They also state he was not depressed or suicidal in 1971. Waggoner's parents are now deceased, but his sister is still searching for him. Authorities believe he may have been taken against his will. So, this case, it kind of really, when I came across it, it was one that I really wanted to talk about, especially because I am from Houston. I did live in Pasadena a couple of years ago. I don't know if the apartments are still there. I should have looked for it, but they probably not. They probably changed names. Me personally, I'm going to say that the sheriff at that time and his little accomplices, I kind of want to say that they were probably involved in some way because they were doing it to other people. Yes, David was a white person, and they were only targeting, from what it said, they were only targeting black people, African Americans, but that does not mean that they wouldn't target another race. They probably saw David, they saw his motorcycle, and hey, wrong place, wrong time. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but I do think that they know what happened, and they know what happened, and the one that's still living probably does know what happened. Somebody knows what happens. It's in Pasadena. I don't want to say that I blame the detectives, but there's cases of that police and detectives commit a crime, and there's some cases that I've seen that detectives and policemen turn a blind eye. They're like, oh, no, he didn't do anything. Mind you, they know that this person did it, but they don't want to have a bad reputation. You're having a bad reputation for you not giving justice to the family for someone that that you work with, that is the law, did something, and you don't want to, you're going to have bad reputation. One bad cop turns every other single one of y'all bad. That's just how it is. Point blank. My opinion. If I hear that a cop did something, and it's just me, I blame it to everybody else, because when you do something, or when a coworker does something, it's gonna affect everybody else, regardless of what happens or not. It's gonna affect you. So if a cop does something that knows he's not supposed to be doing, it's gonna affect that cop, but it's also going to affect the other cops. I don't trust cops anymore. After everything that's going on with cops stopping, arresting people for no reason, using force they're not supposed to be using for no reason, I do not trust I don't trust cops. I'd rather, God forbid something happens to me, I'd rather deal with it on my own than having to call a cop, because what's the point? What's the point? They're not gonna come, or they're gonna take their sweet time. I've seen it happen. I've heard it happen. I remember when I was at my house and I was running through Facebook, and I seen this girl post a picture that her and her daughter were in her car. They just got home, and out of nowhere, this guy came with I don't know if I can say it, but I'm gonna say it. Hopefully YouTube do not take my video down. He was holding a gun. The mom called the cops, and the cops told her, stay in your car and do not get out until he leaves. So a mother with her child calls 911 to say that there is a crazy man by her car with the gun in his hand, and all you could say is stay in the car and don't get out. Like, are you serious? Me and my daughter had stayed home by ourselves, and we had a pit bull, and his name was Charlie, and he is very protective. Like, I could be walking him, and if you ask me to touch him, I'm like, yeah, no, unless you want your fingers to get bit. I don't think so. Me and my daughter were in, so I heard him knocking, and I know, because we have had pit bulls before, I know the different barks. Yes, dogs have different barks, and this bark was a bark that if I had opened that door, he would have attacked whoever was in that door, no question asked, and there was nothing I could do about it. Mind you, it was cold outside. So I'm like, I opened the door, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Because he would not stop. I'm like, what is wrong with you? So I look in the window, and there's a man and a woman and a child. This is where the red flag came in. The child didn't have no shoes, no jacket. Mind you, it was freezing outside. So I yelled at my I didn't yell at my child. I yelled at Jen. I'm like, hey, I need you to stay quiet, stay in the room. Me being short, I hid under the table, and I'm hear them speaking Spanish. Yes, I speak Spanish, not that good, but I understand it. That's not the point. I hear them, and I hear the man saying to the woman, we need to get in that house. We need to get in that house. When I tell you, my dog, I literally called my mother-in-law, called my daughter's dad, and I called my my sister-in-law's brother, who lived with me at the time, but he was at work. When I tell you, yes, I was scared, but at the same time, I felt safe, because my dog he could have opened a goddamn window. If he was barking to the point like he would look at me, like he'll give me an eye, like, if you do not open the door so I can bite these people, something gonna happen, because he was barking. No, I did not call 911. Why? Because why would I? Because they would have told me, oh, well, just don't open the door. No, but I am so happy and so glad that I had that dog with me, because I'm telling you, mind you, they were knocking, like they were about to. The harder they knocked, the harder my dog fucking barked. Because one way or another, these people were going to go. As soon as they left, we went to go sit by the couch to calm him down, because he was so angry. But he just looked at me and Janelle, which is my daughter, and he was making sure that we were okay, that we weren't scared anymore, that we weren't shaking. So he literally, he did it more to my child than me, but that's because that's her favorite. But he just took care of us, and I felt safe, and I felt protected. And my point is that I feel like with this case, someone knows. Whether it's a cop or whether it's a detective, at the time, someone knows. Because cops, detective, they like to talk. I don't know if they investigate them all the way, but they probably didn't, because like I said, they were only attacking African American. But if you think about it, just because they were only attacking African American, they were attacking people with motorcycle. David had a motorcycle, so they look into him more, into this person more. Did they look into the people that were committing these crimes? I hope they did, but who knows. So we're gonna go to the second case, and the second case it's gonna be Cora. Oh, in yesterday's video, I think I wrote the names wrong, because I usually try to write the names in order to which case I started first, but I think yesterday I mixed it up, so I'm sorry about that. So next case is Cora Christmas McGuirk. She went missing at 22 years old. Height and weight is 5'9". 170 pounds. A burgundy and black sniking leather coat, a black shirt, green shorts with black lace, a golden citizen watch with a white or black band, and a chain that went through her right pinky fingernail to a ring on that finger. African American female, black hair, brown eyes. McGuirk may use the alias name Constant Bruce, Catherine Jackson, Cynthia Jackson, Pamela Jackson, Catherine Jackson, Cynthia Thomas, or Pamela Thomas. She has a scar on her right and wrist and pierced ears. Her hair was cut short at the time of her disappearance with an artificial ponytail that hung down to her neck. Her fingernails were manicured and had red polish. Cora was last seen in Seattle, Washington on July 12th of 1991. She dropped out of sight for 2 days that month and then returned. Her aunt noticed that she was acting oddly and asked if she was in trouble. Cora says she was all right, but she asked her aunt to look after her 3 children if anything happened to her. She left that day and never returned. Her car was later found in Nora Avenue North. Cora was raised in Chicago, Illinois, and graduated high school there in the 1980s. She moved to Washington to take a job at the University of Washington Medical Center gift shop and enrolled in an electrical engineer program at the university. She eventually quit her job and dropped off school, however began disappearing for a couple of days at a time. She was dating a man who was involved with drugs, but it is unclear whether Cora herself was using drugs. Her loved ones don't believe she would have willingly abandoned her children. Authorities believe she may have been the victim of a serial killer. Cora aunt raised her children after she disappeared. Her oldest son, Martel Wester, grew up to be a professional basketball player who played with the Portland Trailblazer. And that is the case of Cora. This one really, I don't even know what to say, but I do think that what her aunt did say, she would not have just left, on her own. With her boyfriend being a drug dealer, you probably want to go in that route. Did she see something that she wasn't supposed to see? Did she say something? Was she being sold? I mean, you just never know. When you are in that situation, you really don't want to speak to your family. Little by little, you start removing yourself from your family and pushing your family away just because you don't want your family to see what you're going through. I don't know what serial killers were in Washington at that time. That I can, on top of my head, because I know there was a few of them, but I cannot remember on top of my head. Could it have been the serial killer situation? I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. If you know what serial killers were in Washington at that time, let me know. But I can't remember. But it could have been that. The detectives, hopefully they're looking through those two scenarios. The drug dealer's side. Because like I said, her boyfriend was her drug dealer. Could he have sold her? I would not be surprised. Because drug dealers do that. But also, could it have been a serial killer? Probably. And if I think about it now, didn't Sam Little was in Washington at one point? He was a serial killer. But she probably, I don't think she was a prostitute. But with me saying that the boyfriend was a drug dealer and he probably sold her and probably pimped her out, that could have been another outlet that they should be looking at. But they also should be looking at the serial killer side as well. So I hope that they do both. And the last case we're going to be talking about is Connie Faye Gregory. I'm probably not saying that right. Her age is 30. Before I go on with this case, because I've noticed that, so in some of the cases, if you don't see a birthday, I only show the missing month and the missing date and year, is because that's the only thing. There's cases that I will not have a birthday for the person because they probably unknown of when the birthday of this person that went missing. And it happens in adult and children as well. She went missing at 8:30. Her height and weight is 520 pounds. brown full-length leather coat, a light green shirt, and in dark green pants. Caucasian female, brown hair, brown eyes. Connie has a mole on the left side of her neck. She may use the last name Kipper. Connie was last seen in Henderson, Kentucky on January 23rd of 1980. Her ex-husband stated he last saw her at 5:20 p.m. and that she left their children with him and said she'll be back in 2 or 3 days. She has never been heard from again, and on January 24th, her vehicle was found in the parking lot of Workplace Cassette in Lafayette, Kentucky. However, it wasn't backed into her soul's usual spot. Connie may have been taken against her will. Few details are available in her case. These are the cases I hate because there's just not a lot. And first of all, why the hell does the husband, the ex-husband, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to blame you. We don't know. But why don't you know your wife's birthday? I'm just saying. Because I know my daughter's father's birthday is January the 13th of 1989. I was born February the 13th of 1988. My daughter was born July 30th of 2016. I have a niece that was born the same day, but 2015. My mother-in-law is Damn. You know what? I know people's birth. I remember people's birthday that are interested in that I love. But if I don't love you and you guys tell me what your birthday is, I'm gonna forget. But that's not the point. The point is that I do say that it's foul play. Am I saying that the husband is involved? Not gonna say. I'm not gonna give my opinion. Allegedly, he could be. Why? How did her car end up at her job? And whoever wanted to make it seem like she was there, y'all should have parked in the same parking lot that she parked. But apparently, whoever did it must have not known where her usual park is. That's just my opinion. So with this one, I really do not have that much theory. But I don't think she would have left her child behind. Her kids behind. I don't know if they spoke to the kids. I don't know how old the kids. This is what I don't like about some of these cases, because there's not so much information. I wish I would have known, like, how old were the kids, if they talked to the kids, what did the kids see, and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, that's just it for today. I will see y'all again with the new case on Tuesday, because tomorrow's Monday and I don't post on Mondays and I don't post on Fridays. So yeah, guys, y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Yeah, I hope that y'all take care of yourselves. And another thing that I do want to say, because I am from Houston, Texas, I want to pray. I want y'all to please pray for, we don't know if it's a student, or we don't know a lot of information, but there was a shooting yesterday in one of the high schools, Pasadena High School. They did caught the person that did the shooting. We don't know if it was a student or was it an adult who got shot. We do know that they were flown to the hospital, and from the last time I seen, they were in, I don't know the condition, but we do. Can y'all please just pray for them and their families, because it's just another tragedy. And it's just we just don't understand why. They were celebrating, I think they were doing a competition or something like that. Like I said, when I see things like this, it's just I try to stay away from it, because it does affect me and I'm sick and tired of hearing it and nothing being done about it. So just pray for them and for the people that were there. Yes, because there was people there, and I could never imagine having to be at a school, high school or any schools, and celebrating and watching your kids do something and having a competition, and a crazy person comes in and shoots. Even if they don't shoot you, you saw somebody got shot, that is going to affect you for the rest of your life. And I really do hope that everybody that was there gets the help that they need, because seeing something dramatic, no matter what it is, it could affect someone. It could really do. And so please guys, pray for these innocent people that were there to have a good time, and somebody had to ruin it. So I will see y'all again Tuesday with a new case. I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday, and God bless every single one of y'all. And thank you so much for the followers. Keep following me, keep liking the video. If you have any case of adults that y'all want me to talk about, missing adults, or you have any other cases that you want me to talk about, and you want me to do a new series, go ahead and let me know, and I will get started on that. So thank you. Bye.